returning back with a guest today, Pepper Lim. He has been our guest before this, and actually you are wearing many hats. So in the past, I always interview you regarding on Sekolah Aktivisme and also the Undi Malaysia. But now you are wearing your musical hat.
Correct.
Yeah, we'll be discussing about the community orchestra that you are also part of. You are part of it, right?
Yes.
Tell me more about the community orchestra, because the community orchestra will be performing a score called music, a concert called Music from the Big Screen on Sunday, 1st June, which is this week.
Yeah, this Sunday.
3 to 5 p.m.
Correct.
But before we talk more about the event, I want to know more about the community orchestra. To me, it's kind of interesting. When we think about orchestra, we would probably think about the
Philharmonic.
Yeah, the Philharmonic.
Yeah.
We don't think about community.
Yes.
So
this orchestra is called the Selangor Kuala Lumpur Orchestra and Choir, and it was started a few years ago by a group of people who thought, hey, we want to do something for our community. So what should we do? And then they had somebody who said, I could conduct a choir, and then somebody said, I know this famous conductor who could also help to conduct music, and so they all got together and formed an orchestra. They put the word out, and it seems 200 people came to audition for parts in the orchestra. You know, violinists, pianists, singers, clarinetists, and the wonderful thing was, a lot of people who had left their musical talents in the cupboard after leaving school, or after getting married, or they've kind of left it one side, suddenly found their passion again for music. One guy, or a few people, actually went out and bought new musical instruments. They have their old ones still, but they were so excited about the orchestra, they actually went and bought new musical instruments just to come and audition.
I'm quite interested when you say someone famous actually will come. At that time, you say that someone famous will come to
Yes.
to conduct the orchestra.
Yes.
Is it a local or
yes, he's Danny Francesco, and he is the resident Bandaraya Orchestra conductor until his death recently, his passing recently.
So what made him at that time wanting to contribute towards the community rather than, he can always head a major orchestra somewhere around the world?
He does head a major orchestra in KL, the Bandaraya Orchestra. But I think that everybody just had this, I want to do something for the community, I want to give back something. So that's why they came together.
So how does the orchestra started out in the beginning? Because it's community, it's not like you're earning a wage out of, playing instruments, but you're actually doing this out of fun. So how does it work in the beginning?
Everybody just comes for practice. It's more of a passion than anything else. And also the orchestra, because it's a community orchestra, so they allow just anyone to come and sing. Even though you cannot sing, we will train you. If you cannot play a musical instrument, but you have some sort of, you want to play, we will find a way to teach you to play. Now, for instance, I do not play the bass clarinet, but I was kind of tricked into playing it. But in the orchestra, I play the bass clarinet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I forgot to ask you, what instruments actually you can play? I do have no idea.
I used to take organ lessons back in the day when organ was quite a popular instrument. And then I joined this community orchestra, the Selangor Kuala Lumpur Orchestra and Choir. We call it SKOC for short. And the choir kind of like faded away because a lot of people got lazy, so stopped coming. So I said, hey, I still want to come, but there's no choir to sing with. So they said, just join the orchestra. And I said, well, I play the organ, but nobody plays the organ in the orchestra. I said, we need a bass clarinetist. And it's really easy to play the bass clarinet. And they gave me the instrument, and they said, just try blowing into it. So
just blowing, and you can become a music prodigy.
Yeah, just blow into it. Anyway, before I blew into it, 3 or 4 people tried blowing into the nothing came out. When they blew it, just air came out. But when I blew into it, something I made a sound, and they said, "Oh, you know how to play it." Oh man, that was the biggest trick in the world, seriously.
That's funny.
And they said, oh no, you know what we'll do? We'll write you a score that is so easy. You just have to play the bass, because it's a bass clarinet. You only play the bass notes. So I thought, okay lah, I'll just try it lah. And they gave me some free lessons on the bass clarinet. I bought my own clarinet to practice. And it's today I play the bass clarinet. I have to say I play it badly because I don't practice as often as I should. But we again, I want to reiterate, just because I play it badly doesn't mean that you don't come and listen to us play. There are lots of talented people in our orchestra. I'm one of the background instruments.
I'm interested to know how many instruments usually would be involved in one play.
We have had up to 120, maybe more instruments in our orchestra, but we have an average of 80 people playing in an orchestra. We've got violinists, we've got cellists, trumpet players, horns, clarinetists, percussions, people playing the bongos, the cymbals, the kettle drum.
How does it work? Like, do you rehearse all of you together, or maybe the conductor say, okay, here's the score, practice on your own, and then probably at 1 or 2 times you will meet together and practice?
Basically we meet every Sunday, and the new scores are just handed to you on the day, and we all just try it. But because there are a lot of good musicians in there, including some music teachers, they can carry the tune. So the rest of us kind of like follow them. Yeah. And you learn along the way. You don't have to struggle at home by yourself. You know. So that's the fun thing about the orchestra.
But it's a community orchestra, meaning you're doing this out of fun. So how do you guys sustain yourself?
We sustain ourselves by a lot of us contribute a little bit of money on a monthly basis to take care of the rental, the electricity. We have a place of our own. If someone would like to let us have a place for free, we would love that. But it has to be a secure place, because we've got a lot of musical instruments which we need to lock up at the end of our practice sessions. And we play for, we sing for our supper, like this concert in June. June 1st on Sunday, 3 p.m. People buy tickets to watch us perform, and all the money goes towards the upkeep of the orchestra, buying new instruments, and nobody gets paid. I just want to make it clear again. Nobody gets paid. Okay?
Yeah. I'm just wondering, like, where else that you guys have been performing besides, around the PJ area and also the Kuala Lumpur area?
Mainly in the PJ, we've had very nice companies who've invited us to play in their annual dinners. We've had we once performed for a Tanglong festival. We've had offered NTV7 wanted us to play for their Mother's Day, but we that was a bit too short, so that was our one shot at being on TV, but we lost it. And we've also played for the World Children's Abuse Project, where it was held at a hotel, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
So anytime soon, I know this is a cynical question, do you think that the community orchestra would be playing at the Philharmonica?
No, I don't think so, because the Petronas Phil, they are really professionals. But we would love to play at the Phil, because the sound quality is just amazing.
Yeah, it is. Those
places are made for people like us. This Sunday we are playing at the Civic Centre. Now the Civic Centre is fantastic. We have a lot of support from the Majlis Perbandaran Petaling Jaya. They are wonderful supporters of ours. But the Civic Centre is not made for orchestral music. There are a lot of soundproofing that absorbs the sound, and because we don't have mics amplifying the musical instruments, so it's almost played unplugged.
So a good orchestra building would be a building that is made of what, and what is the condition that is needed to create a conducive sound quality?
I understand that it takes a genius to design a concert hall that is meant for orchestral music. And if I'm not mistaken, the Petronas Phil, they did hire someone like that to design their hall. It is fantastic because there is no obstruction. That meaning there are no pillars to block your view or the enjoyment of your music, which means that every seat in the house should have the same music quality. Not this corner gets it a bit louder because the sound is coming in at a weird angle, and this corner is just totally soft because the sound coming from the left is cancelling the sound from the right.
It has to be like 360 degrees or so when it comes to the view.
Yes.
Not just like, you listening to a lecture hall like that.
Yes, correct. And when if they close their eyes, they should be able to not differentiate between a good hi-fi CD player versus the orchestra. It should be that good. And the orchestra practices these kinds of nuances, when different sections like first violins and second violins should go really soft because the cellist need to play their part for this particular section of the song. And that's how we do it. There's no remixing, no remastering. That is it. On that day, how you hear it is exactly how you will hear it. There's no like, let's try that song again.
So let's talk about the event on this Sunday.
Okay.
It will. The title is music from the big screen.
Yes.
So you will be playing music from all these popular movie shows.
Correct. We've often played classical music and modern classical music, and this is what orchestra is. It's really a bygone music group that used to entertain the royalty and the rich and famous because there were no movies to go to. But we also had some people. We've got very young people in our group. We've got violinists who are 5-6-year-olds.
Really?
They will play with us, yes.
Wow.
Then we've got old fogies like me who will be pretending to play as best as they can. And we said, hey, why don't we play something that is more today? So our resident music score arranger sat down and decided, why don't we play music from the movies? Everybody goes to the movies. So if we played something from the movies, people would recognize.
People can relate to.
Yes, people can relate to it. Instead of playing some piece that is meant for the orchestra, but only the rich and famous who've been to these sort of things in Savoy, would know what it is. So we'll be playing your favorites: Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Titanic.
Especially Titanic, I think.
Yeah, we've got Japanese anime movies as well, like Totoro. We've got P. Ramlee's famous Tiga Abdul. We'll be playing a famous song from there. I won't tell you what it is, but when you hear it, I'm sure you'll be able.
I love P. Ramlee songs. I think it's marvelous.
They're so easy.
Evergreen.
And introducing P. Ramlee to the children, I thought was a good thing as well. Not just listening to it, but the score is so simple. We've actually picked a teenager to be the lead saxophonist for this particular song, and he is practiced like crazy, and he'll be the lead saxophonist.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what is the entrance fee? I mean, I understand this is a community orchestra,
Yes.
so I wouldn't expect it will be priced as in like you're going to the Philharmonic.
No. We've made it really affordable for everyone. It's only 30 ringgit per head, and like I said, all the money goes to the orchestra. It goes to buy musical instruments. I was just telling you, Arlene, about this musical instrument thing. I don't know if you ever noticed in the orchestra there are these two big drums that is being played by one person, and it sounds like this: tum 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 tum. I can't make it
has
sound
very
like,
basic sound.
It only makes two notes probably in the entire orchestra. It cost 80,000 ringgit.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
And it's just for one instrument. Can you
It
imagine?
is.
Like how many pieces? Earlier on, you said just now there were.
For percussions alone, we've got so many instruments. We've got triangles, and again, I always think that triangles are such an easy instrument to play.
It's just a metal thing, right?
Yeah. And yet in some songs it is needed. And we've got the drummer, of course. We've got a cymbalist, or somebody who plays the cymbals, somebody to play the bongo. The percussion is one section by itself, and these are young boys and girls who are playing it. In fact, we've got a 7-year-old girl who's also in the percussion as well.
I think what I really like about this orchestra, and I really highly recommend everyone to go, is because it's very grassroots. It's not like in your face, this is not something that is just available to those from a certain class, social class, but it's available to everyone, and it only costs 30 ringgit.
Yes, and
you can enjoy like really evergreen movie music.
Correct. Yes, come with the family. We've had we perform also at the One Utama, and One Utama is also quite a big supporter of ours. Every couple of years they will call us to perform for the month of December. So we will play, the entire orchestra will play Christmas songs, and we get paid for that. And again, all the money goes into the orchestra to buy again musical instruments, or for the upkeep of the running of the rental and all that. We had many people who, after the performance, will come up to us and say, "How do I join the orchestra?" And we just say, "Just turn up. Just come." There's no, you don't have to be of a certain musical level. You don't have to.
You just need to practice hard enough to be part of the community orchestra.
Yeah.
Just one question, like where it will be held for the music from the big screen performance?
It will be held at the PJ Civic Center.
And where's
Day
that?
One Civic. It's next to. It's in PJ Newtown. It's next to the MBPJ building. It's a huge building where it looks like a big hall. Really. Parking is really easy on Sunday, and it's free. So just come with the entire family.
So how they can get more information online?
You can Google us, but you can buy tickets, and it's essential that you buy tickets now online from Eventbrite. Event is spelled EVENT, event, and Bright is spelled BRITE. It's a fancy way of spelling bright. But go and buy tickets. It's only 30 ringgit. There are no extra charges. The orchestra will handle the charges. How
can they get your event on Eventbrite? What is the keyword?
It's SKOC. SKOC music from the movies. Or email me. It's Pepper Lim, one word, PEPPERLIM, one word, @gmail.com.
And also we will post the event in our Durian ASEAN Facebook.
Thanks.
So you can get more information from there.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you very much. I hope that many will turn out, and I hope that you will perform many more really great music, not just from the big screen, but also classical music. Looking forward to that.
You're welcome to come as well.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Free ticket.
Thank you.